Hey guys, this is Lori from Our View, and before you dive into this video, I'm going to ask a favor of you to hit the subscribe button that's below and then ring that little bell next to it. Then you're going to be subscribed to our channel and you're going to get notifications every single time we have a new video for you to watch. So thanks for doing that, and we're going to dive into essential oils and selling houses. So I'm not going to promise you that you're going to just sell your house as soon as you turn on a diffuser or put some essential oils on the rug. But I am going to talk to you today about how important it is for your house to smell good so that you can elicit the right emotional response from your potential buyers. So when you are preparing your house for sale, you do all the things, right? Like you touch up the paint, you stage the furniture, you declutter, you make sure it smells good, or you should, hopefully you are. But there is some science behind how essential oils can help you sell your home. And we're going to dive into that just a little bit. But buying and selling a home is a very emotion-filled event. It's probably one of the most emotion-filled events that we've done in our 27 years of marriage, buying and selling a couple of homes. As a seller, you want to make sure that you are speaking to all five senses of the buyer when they walk in your door. I'm going to leave four of those senses up to the professionals, the real estate professionals, the staging professionals, and whatnot. But today, I really want to dive into the sense of smell and how important that is. So, did you know that of the five senses, the sense of smell is the one that impacts emotions most of all, because smell is the only sense that can get to the limbic system of the brain where your emotions are stored, where your emotions are controlled, where your memories are stored. That is where your decision-making process takes place. So it is so important for your home to have the right smells in it so that when the person walks in, they're instantly going to be connected to it in an emotional way. Really good. However, smells can be good or bad, right? So those olfactory bulbs is what they're called, that are part of the limbic system where your emotions and memories are stored, created, and controlled. It has the direct impact on decision making. So we want to make sure that when the buyer is done, potential buyer is done looking at your home and they're discussing it at the end of the long day of home searching, that when they look at the photos of your home, they remember this house smelled amazing. Don't you remember that house that smelled so great, honey? Let's consider that house. So I would even suggest that if you choose to use a diffuser in your home, we're going to talk about this in just a moment, that in your photos for your listing, you have that diffuser somewhere in those pictures so that when they are looking at the pictures, they can see that and be reminded of the amazing smell that was in your house, right? So, like I said, smells can elicit good or bad responses. So if there are bad smells like mold or pet odors or smoke or even strong synthetic fragrances, which can really be a problem for some people, like air fresheners and plugins and that kind of thing, those things can really evoke a negative response in people, and that's really the last thing we want, right, when we're selling our house. So most people may walk up to your house and the curb appeal outside may just be perfect and everything just pristine, and they open the front door and they get a whiff of a bad smell, pet or something like that. A lot of times they don't even want to go past the front door. And if they do, they definitely don't stay long, and they really can create a negative attachment to your house, which is what we are trying to avoid. So when you have those strong air fresheners, or what I would just call regular air fresheners that you would get at the grocery store, when you have those strong scents in there, it's really going to make people start questioning, like, what are they trying to cover up? Is there a smell in this house that I'm going to smell when those things are gone? And also, those synthetic fragrances are created in a lab to mimic nature. They are created in a lab to try to mimic a smell that was possibly in nature, like a fake lemon smell or a fake pine smell or something like that, fake lavender. What happens is they use harmful petrochemicals to create these fragrances. And when I just told you that the sense of smell gets to that limbic system of the brain. So for a whole nother day, we can talk about how bad air fresheners are for you and what they're smelling. But for some people, it truly creates an allergic reaction. It creates an instant headache or even a migraine. So you want to be really careful with those synthetic artificial fragrances. So what most people are trying to do is just come up with a really clean, crisp smell that most people will enjoy by using those things, but they're using the wrong product. So what I want to encourage you to use is, we use Young Living essential oils, clearly, but I want to encourage you to use essential oils, okay? So when you're picking what essential oils to use, you want to make sure that you're choosing something that's not overwhelmingly strong, just like the synthetic fragrances. Your essential oils don't need to be overwhelmingly strong or too powerful. So I like things like citrus oils. Citrus oils are always a good choice because when you think of most household cleaners that you would purchase in the grocery store, they are trying to smell citrusy, right? Like lemon or orange, even a minty smell or a pine smell. They're trying to create, again, a natural. The lighter floral oils also are really good, like bergamot mixed with a citrus, maybe. You can mix those together. Bergamot's kind of like a warm blanket for the emotions. It's a really good emotional stabilizing oil. Pine, there's a lot of cleaners in the store that smell like pine. So pine and tree oils are also a good choice. I just probably wouldn't do them as heavy because they're going to be a little heavier smell. Now, there are some specific blends that Young Living offers that I highly recommend. Abundance is one of them. So think of creating like the law of attraction. So you want to create an abundance of good feelings. You want to create abundance of potential buyers come into your home. So abundance is a blend of oils that have been put together to help create that emotional response. Diffused, it's a really, really nice smell. And I've had a lot of people tell me that their buyers that have come into their home when they're selling their house really like that smell. So I would also think maybe purification is a great blend to try. Purification, kind of the name says it all. So we're, purifying and helping to get rid of those smells and purifying the air. So I do have a few quick tips for you though, and things that you can do to help make your home smell amazing when it's on the market. So take 2 to 3 cups of baking soda and then put 15 to 20 drops of your favorite oil in it. I would say citrus oil again. We're going to evoke that clean feeling and clean smell. Let it sit in a closed container like a mason jar at least overnight. You can let it sit as long as you need to, but at least overnight so that it can really permeate into the baking soda. And then sprinkle some of it on your carpets and your rugs and let it sit for 5 or 10 minutes and then vacuum it up. And you've got this smell. Not only do you have those amazing like vacuum lines and strips in your carpets, but you've got this amazing clean smelling rug, which is great. So what about toilet smells? I don't know about you guys, but just in general, like sometimes I can clean my toilet and just think, why in the world is that smell still there? I don't know where it's coming from. And so what happens is really gross, maybe TMI, but one time just on a whim, maybe somebody told me, I don't know, but I took like a big, huge wad of toilet paper and I rubbed it under the inside ring of the toilet and horrendous. So there's a lot of stuff that stays under there that the water that washes it through when you flush does not get to. So I took that big wad of toilet paper and I put some essential oils on it and I rubbed under there till it was clean and smelled. And those oils stayed on the rim of that toilet for a few days. And so every time I sat down, I was like, oh, this smells wonderful. But that will get rid of those urine smells that you do not want to have in a bathroom. Put a few drops of essential oil inside the toilet paper roll. You could do paper towels too in your kitchen, but on that cardboard, that just works as an automatic diffuser. And then put some cotton balls around. Take some cotton balls, put purification, abundance, citrus oils, pine, whatever you want. Throw it in some musty closets, maybe put it in your air vents. You can even open your air vents and put a few drops of oil on your air filters. But We really love putting cotton balls everywhere. I mean, I put them in my car, I put them everywhere, but this is for the purpose of a home. So put them in your closets, put them in places, maybe laundry rooms, or I don't know, wherever you need a fresh smell. Turn on the diffuser, put your oils in it, turn it on. That fine mist coming out is going to smell amazing. It's going to look really cool, and it also is going to have that warm glow of the diffuser that's just going to fill the room and make it just a wonderful ambiance. It's just going to feel great.